Individuals have been eating chocolate as soon as 1750 BC. As a matter of fact, old people were so partial to chocolate that they were involving it as medication and, surprisingly, in strict ceremonies. Today, this delicacy is accessible wherever in the world, with organizations delivering out as much as 3 million tons of it consistently. So how do they do it? Here, in the equatorial regions of West Africa, South America, and Southeast Asia, cocoa trees find their perfect home, thriving in the warm embrace of the tropical sun and the gentle caress of tropical rains. Each tree is a testament to the resilience of nature, its branches heavy with the promise of cocoa pods, nature's treasure chests, brimming with potential. You see, the cacao tree needs unbelievably unambiguous circumstances to develop. Like a temperature of 25 degrees and a mugginess of 80% or above, conditions just met by specific areas along the equator of the Earth, one of which the Mayans occupied. A larger part of the world's cacao supply comes from this locale, and how cacao was collected hasn't changed much since the age of the Mayans either. This is chiefly because cacao trees are extraordinarily fragile, and the cacao cases don't just tumble to the ground. Consequently, they're removed manually, individually. This can be exhausting work, and it doesn't get a lot simpler later on because the beans should be taken out manually too. This implies every laborer needs to plunk down and channel their inward natural product ninja to get the beans, which, as of now, are covered by a tacky white mash. If you imagine that seems to be chocolate, you'd be correct. The cacao beans still can't seem to go through a vital cycle to their look and smell. The beans and the mash are set in unique maturation boxes covered by banana leaves, where they're saved for 3 to 9 days. This interaction is significant because besides killing microorganisms and disposing of the white mash, it also gives the beans their unmistakable earthy colored tone and taste. The aged beans are fit to be put in the sun for drying. This is primarily finished to eliminate dampness and to repress the development of growths, microbes, or shape. But it has the additional advantage of fostering the kind of the beans. Whenever this is done, the beans are prepared for their excursion to industrial facilities across the world. After they show up at the industrial facility, the beans are reviewed by a group of quality confirmation officers. This interaction comprises of slicing the beans to guarantee they're the right tone and have the necessary consistency. Whenever they're endorsed by the QA group, the beans are set for a particular handling plant where they're broiled, initially on screens and afterward in spinning chambers through which warmed air is blown over a time of 30 minutes to 2 hours. The dampness in the beans is diminished from around 7% to around 1%. The simmering system likewise sets off a sautéing response in which in excess of 300 distinct synthetic compounds present in the cacao beans connect. The beans currently start to foster the rich flavor we partner with chocolate. Now that the cooking is done, the cacao meat or nib ought to isolate easily from the shell, which is known as the husk. Businesses do this in a machine called the winnower. Inside the machine, vibrating racks separate the nibs from the husks, which are then floored by a fan, leaving the valuable nibs prepared for the following stage. The nibs are then ground into a most unimaginable earthy colored glue. And this is where things start to truly get going. The interaction changes the structure of the chocolate, so it emerges from the processor seeming to be a truly thick syrup. This syrup really smells a ton like liquor and is called chocolate alcohol. Assuming that the design is to make cocoa powder, the alcohol might be treated with a basic arrangement. What this does is obscures the shade of the cocoa, delivering its flavor milder, while additionally decreasing the propensity of the nibs to frame clusters. The antacid chocolate alcohol is now defatted as a lot of fat or chocolate spread are eliminated from it. The subsequent strong material, generally called press cake, is then broken, chopped, or crushed prior to being filtered to deliver cocoa powder. You recollect the removed cocoa margarine from before. Well, it's anything but an expendable thing but a urgent part in making chocolate sweets. It's blended in with chocolate alcohol in an interaction called conching, which gives the chocolate its smooth surface and consistency. Different things like powdered milk, sugar, or vanilla might be added depending on the kind of chocolate that is being made. The training was truly instituted by the Swiss chocolatier Daniel Peter in 1875, at the point when he created milk chocolate by blending a powdered milk created by Henry Settle with the alcohol. Now that the surface is there, it's the right time to give the chocolate its licensed snap. This is finished through a cycle called treating, in which the chocolate is gradually warmed and cooled. What this does is modify the precious stones inside, giving the chocolate a uniform structure all through. Once the chocolate is tempered, it's fit to be filled molds to make bars of chocolate. A last check is finished to guarantee there are no air bubbles and the chocolate is immaculate. It's then enveloped by foil or paper bundling to keep it new. These chocolate bars might look little, but the business makes as much as $50 billion per year. Before you go, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit the like and notification button, and drop your comment below on which journey to uncover next. See you on the next one, and thanks for watching.